True Crime was a really interesting and awesome concept video game series, guys, that we got two installments of, and we were promised a third, and then obviously, things went pretty much awry in a number of different ways. And I want to talk about True Crime and where is True Crime 3 at this point. This is a game that I've definitely wanted to see come out, and I think it could definitely be something special in today's gaming landscape. So let's get into it. So guys, in an article coming to us from Chris Harding of The Games Cabin, if you owned a PS2, Xbox, or GameCube back in the day, then you may have played through Activision's open world crime thriller True Crime. True Crime spawned a sequel that fared a little worse than its predecessor, but still performed well. Ever since 2005, fans of the franchise have been patiently waiting for Activision to develop and release a sequel. Whilst we did get a teaser trailer back in 2009 that revealed True Crime 3 would be set within Hong Kong, nothing ever came of it as Activision shut down the project and sold the publishing rights to Square Enix, who then released Sleeping Dogs, though it should be noted that Sleeping Dogs doesn't have any connection with the True Crime series, but is considered by many to be the spiritual successor. Before we go any farther, the fact that Square Enix was given those rights, right, when it comes to True Crime and the series, to create Sleeping Dogs made little to no sense to me. I mean, not that Sleeping Dogs is like a bad game, guys, but I think when you get those rights to True Crime, you at least play one of those games, or I should say make one of those games in that franchise. To see how things go. I mean, especially build off of the momentum that was started with the first two games. I mean, this series, guys, could have very well had the same trajectory as a series like Grand Theft Auto or some of those titles if it would have just continued into the future. So I think one of the biggest mistakes that happened here was that True Crime was never continued after Square Enix got the rights to the title. So what now? If you're still waiting ever so patiently for True Crime 3, you're in for a disappointment. It's not happening. Activision has seemingly abandoned the franchise after abandoning the True Crime trademark. Obviously, guys, look, they abandoned the trademark, but here's the deal. When I hear something like that, obviously it doesn't, I mean, it's been so many years, right? We're in the year 2022 and we don't have another True Crime title since the last one, came out in the early 2000s. What I will say, though, is this. We as the community, our voice matters, guys. It really does. I mean, a lot of people feel that, the publishers and a lot of these different developers and such don't listen to the fan bases. And to a certain extent, there may be some that don't listen to everyone. But that being said, there is, we can build movements around these titles. And I always bring up the example of Dead Space because I've talked about Dead Space on my YouTube channel a lot, guys, talking about how we wanted a Dead Space 4 and trying to really voice it into existence. And what happened was, the community built, more communities around Dead Space and really started building momentum, whether it was reaching out to EA, whether it was, obviously going on like Facebook and Reddit, creating groups and things of that nature to really build momentum around, hey, we want another Dead Space title made. And even when EA shuts down Visceral Games and does all these different things where it seems all doom and gloom that a Dead Space 4 would never come, here we are, guys, with a Dead Space reboot in the making right now. And so what I'm getting at is that we as a community, if communities are built around True Crime and this franchise, getting the hashtag out there, hashtag True Crime 3, tweeting at Square Enix, tweeting at Activision, creating content around the game. And that's something, guys, that I am definitely going to be doing, is talking about True Crime 3 and just the True Crime franchise, trying to build more awareness around this franchise. That's what we do on this YouTube channel. We want to build awareness around games that we want to see continuations of and the future of gaming as a whole, guys, pushing us into the next generation of this thing that we love so much. So with that being said, guys, that's where we are at this point. Right now, True Crime is most likely in a limbo state or a state of no return. But that doesn't mean that we can't bring this thing back in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a True Crime 3 remake, whether, or I should say just a True Crime remake, True Crime 3, or something like remastered, something in that of that nature, guys, that we can get our hands on and we have something to work with to kind of build off of. But let me know, what do you guys think about what happened here with True Crime and the True Crime franchise? Do you think we'll ever get a True Crime 3? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more True Crime 3 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.